Welcome to the Localpreneur Show, a podcast dedicated to featuring community-based entrepreneurs, the principles they live by, and the success they're having making a difference in the world. Here's your host, Austin Kane.
Well, welcome everybody to another episode of the Localpreneur Show. Today we're hosting Jenny with R&M Landscape out of Hilton, New York, and super excited to have Jenny join the podcast today and share a little bit of their story on how they're interacting and impacting the community and the lives around them. Jenny, let me turn things over to you here for a minute and introduce yourself and your company and who you guys are, what you guys do to all the listeners that might be tuning in here today.
All right, great. My name is Jenny Girard. I'm from Buffalo, New York. It's actually one of the branches that we have with RM Landscape. As you said, we're out of Hilton, but I help manage the branch here in Buffalo, New York. We do everything from snow removal, landscape maintenance, hardscape construction. You name it outside, we're out there doing it. So.
Okay.
Being in Buffalo, we obviously remove a lot of snow, so it's a big part of our business. So doing that for here in Buffalo for the last 3 years with RM. They've been in business for 48 years now, and they serve pretty much the entire Western New York region.
Okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. Well, yeah, I'm sure the snow keeps you guys busy in the winter. We're in Dallas. We're about to maybe get a little bit of snow here on Thursday, so everyone's going to be freaking out for a few days, I'm sure. But we'll see. But I appreciate you having you guys on the show here and you being able to kind of tell a little bit of y'all's story. Again, the Localpreneur Show for those maybe who haven't watched an episode before, it's really all about highlighting local service companies and how they're impacting their communities. We've kind of found that this is a common thread between home and local service companies, but it's not necessarily one that's talked about all the time. And so we want to take a different approach, share y'all's stories, share how you're giving back to the community, share how you're changing the lives of the people that you're working for, and even the people that might work for you, because that could be an attracting factor to coming working for you guys to as they see those things as well. So let's jump in here, Jenny. Let's talk about your organization and the impact that it's making in your local community. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to plug yourselves in and change the lives of people around you?
Well, I'd say one of the biggest things that we are doing, especially in the winter, is we're first responders for pretty much, anybody coming to any of we do all commercial landscaping or snow removal. So we make sure that it's safe for people to get to work, that they don't get injured or have any kind of hazards coming into work. Because, we're not in Texas. So right now our totals are 63 inches of snow so far just this year. We average up to 110. So, a lot of that is we make sure people get to work and safely. During the landscape season, though, a big impact for our commercial clients is that we help bring business in, believe it or not. People don't realize how much of a landscape can change their business and change how people actually want to come and, maybe shop there at that store because it's appealing to them. Another thing that we do too is we've also make that safe as well. Tree hazards and things like that for banks. People going in and out of stores safely, making sure they're not going to, trip or fall or anything like that. Yeah. So we actually, during all of this crazy time of COVID, we've never stopped working because of that. The grass doesn't care what time of year it is. So, obviously making that safe for people that come to work. That's a lot for just our community or the people that we deal with on, day to day. Our homeowners, as far as like hardscape stuff, we try to make every, spot special for them, especially when we're creating their, backyards. It's been a big thing the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. People are spending more time at home. So, making that space personalized for them, somewhere to go and have some peace and quiet, I guess.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And also what about, are there any local charities or anything that you guys partner with and do certain projects or anything that enables you to kind of just kind of pour into that charity or partner in the community?
Well, I know we give back a lot through like the National Landscape Association. We've done everything from go to DC and for cleanup days and things like that, for the war memorials. We've also, locally, anywhere from our guys, like our crew guys to our managers, there's some type of, building project. Like we've built playgrounds, we've gone and done cleanups. It's usually just, somebody knows in their neighborhood it's happening and we don't really make a big thing about it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, no,
just
absolutely.
something, it's just who we are. We're just like, oh, that's going on. We'll come, we'll help build the
Yeah.
playground. And but a lot of the things that we do giving back is through the National Landscape Association. So they have a lot
Okay.
of projects.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Some of those playgrounds, I mean, is there any stories you wanted to share there? I mean, are they for like communities or neighborhoods or for individual families or?
Yeah, so the most recent one was we went down to a small town in like south of Buffalo, and it was a community, like a public school, and they were building a playground, but the addition was to help handicapped children be able to like participate in the playground. So they had handicapped equipment like merry-go-rounds and slide, things
Yeah.
that the children could actually enjoy, multi-sensory things for the children. So I know that one I was on, that was a lot of fun to kind of
Yeah, that's
help
very
build
cool.
that, because it's like an extra playground, which was fun. And they, just seeing the joy on the kids' face, like once it was done and it was built, seeing how much they enjoyed it was just worth it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That sounds awesome. I'm sure sure that did and will change the lives of those kids as they get to interact and have a little bit of fun when they go there. So, what's for the people maybe that were involved in that project, maybe on your crew or anybody else that maybe you partnered with, I mean, what's kind of the impact that you see, in their lives, as they're working on this project or after it's completed, that, just being a part of that, it's, what do you see the impact that makes on those people?
Well, the biggest thing is outside of obviously feeling good that you've done something for somebody else,
Mhm.
but for the team, it's team building. They're there,
Right.
they're volunteering, they're not being paid to be there. So they build a bond with each other because they're all there to build this project to help other people. And then, we're kind of in a work environment, but not. So, when that's done, I've noticed like those team members have a tendency to like work better together, that,
Mhm.
they're doing these projects outside of work. They become more comfortable with one another. So team
Yeah.
building, I would say,
Yeah.
is the biggest one.
No, absolutely. I can only imagine. Um, what about, I know you said you've done some of these projects and with the landscaping association, but has there ever been a time that maybe you guys provided a project for, maybe at cost or maybe lower than at cost or maybe even free? Have you guys done any kind of project for somebody, or service for somebody that, they absolutely needed it, or you knew they needed it and maybe they didn't see it? You have any stories like that where you just out of the goodness of your heart said, you know what, we're going to take care of this, we're going to do this for you because XYZ reason? Anything like that you guys ever been a part
I
of?
mean, honestly, I'm sure my company has done so many. I've not been with them long enough to know.
Yeah.
So I'll speak on my own personal experience. Some of the commercial properties we work in, they're near residential neighborhoods. And when we get, 3 feet of snow, there's been many a times that, people are just stranded and stuck.
Mhm.
And, myself and my team members, we will stop, and just help people, dig you out, shovel you out, plow you out, whatever we can do to help you. Because, nobody wants to be stuck on the side of the road, or there's elderly people that literally they can't shovel that much snow. And, plows come by. I had an elderly woman recently. She's just like, I can't breathe to get out to shovel
Yeah.
that much snow. And I said, no problem. And we took care of it. So I'd say for me, like my personal experience with the company, that's what we do. We don't charge people for that. But Yeah, I know the company's done a lot more. Actually, that's
Yeah.
one of the funny things. That's how we got one of our biggest clients, is that the owner of the company saw somebody was stuck on the side of the road and plowed them out. And it ended up being like this really big corporate guy with one of our big clients.
Oh, very nice.
But they do that kind of stuff all the time up there in Rochester and in our branch too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's not your ordinary role, but it plays a big part. People notice that, you do these little bitty acts of kindness, and it landed a big client for you guys. And I'm sure it's probably not the last client you guys will land for doing something like that. So, shifting gears about more towards maybe now your organization a little bit, I know you said you guys are a newer branch. Tell us a little bit about the organization and how it kind of just impacts the lives of the people that work for you directly. What are some of the things that you guys pour into the staff, help and train them, maybe equipping them with tools on how to be better, financially responsible, or, better just individuals overall? What are some of those things that you guys do for the people that are, signing up to work for you guys?
So for my staff, we do, all different kinds of training. And in landscape in general, it's one of those industries that you can actually get into and not have a college degree and, have a salary job if you put the time and the training into it. And that's something that because I went to college for plant science, and I've kind of worked my way through here, but I've seen so many people, start from mowing a lawn to running, being an account manager. So, it's something that we like to, teach our people and show our people that that's basically an option for them. So because you're cutting a whole bunch of diverse situations in the industry. And then also another thing that besides that, the training, you could come in and we'll train you all sorts of things for horticulture. And then for me personally, this company has taken me up to like national associations, going to different seminars, training me on the different levels of horticulture or account management, working with the National Landscape Association. So lots of training.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Career options, which is great. So yeah.
No, that sounds awesome. And in terms of maybe any particular team member that maybe you've been a part of, or someone within your team, is there any kind of story that maybe somebody started, you said they start maybe mowing a lawn and now they're an account manager. Is there any particular story that you wanted to highlight here today as, telling that story of that individual, or
actually
like
there
that
is.
you'd like to share?
Yeah, there is one individual up in Rochester. I mean, I know he started out in the field and he worked his way up to being a foreman, and now he manages, so many accounts now. And he is a area manager, which is similar to an account manager. And he's been with the company for, I want to say close to 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I mean, starting off, you start off weed whacking and mowing the lawns and running the crews. And now he's part of our area manager team. He's helping with our strategic planning. So, I mean, to start off there to where he is now. And then, I know there's several of our people, they started off as, just the lowest guy on the totem pole, and now they're up to a field manager with us, and they're managing 20 properties. So it's great to see that happen, see them expand over the last couple, even within our short term of 3 years. So
yeah, no, absolutely. No, and it just sounds, there's endless opportunities to continue growing and receiving this training, and all of these kinds of, like you said, the career options of just being able to continue growing with the company, and hiring within.
And even with that, like outside of our organization, it's a big thing within the industry. A lot, we try to tell people that, they don't necessarily consider landscaping because it's just not something, they think it's just mowing lawns, and it's so much more, and there's so much endless opportunities for people, and it's, multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I down here. I mean, in Texas, I mean, it gets so hot, everybody wants their yard to look beautiful. And so, I mean, there's crews all the time working to keep yards looking great. And it's a chore. I mean, you're going to try and do it yourself. So, no, I see the value in it for sure. So, Jenny, anything that didn't ask, maybe that you had at your organization or any impacts you guys making, any other stories that, it would leave a lasting effect on anybody that's listening to this episode here today?
No, I mean, honestly, the biggest thing that excites me within my organization is the opportunities that we have to provide. You can literally come in and not have anything, and you could wind up with, a really good career path. And for me, that's exciting to see that happen for some people that, may have thought they never had another option in their life. And they thought maybe this was it. I'm only going to make minimum wage for the rest of my life. So
yeah. No, I think that's huge in today's world of having to realize that the trades and landscaping and all these other opportunities, you don't have to put yourself into debt or take out loans or, pay all this money to go to school to, get some nice fancy job. There's a lot of these other job opportunities that we need people to work in. And they have really great opportunities. That's, kind of really helped me understand that working with home service companies the last 6 years and being involved, you can really see that. So, it's cool that you guys are engaging these people and helping them grow and find those opportunities. So, well, Jenny, well, thanks for jumping on the Localpreneur show here today and sharing about R&M Landscape, and enjoyed having you guys here and being able to share your story.
Thanks again for listening to the Localpreneur show. For more of our daily content, feel free to check out Josh or Austin's LinkedIn.